Hello friends, today we have a special guest with us, founder and managing director of Magic Creed, which is one of the pioneering AAC block companies in India, Mr. Saurabh Bansal. Before we begin into AAC, we all of us always hear about this Magic Creed story and how it began, and I have read your interviews in various magazines and how a IIT boy, thought of this idea, and then just having an idea is different, but materializing it. So we would love to hear about that from you.
Good afternoon, Mukundji. Story that is really close to my heart, and also a story that has kept me occupied for almost the entire last decade. So it would be a pleasure to speak to you on this topic. The journey started way back in 2008 when I had graduated from my college, IIT Kharagpur, and I had returned back to my home in Surat. And I had always wanted to start something in the real estate space because that is one of the largest opportunities that exists out there. So I was looking at what value I can add to the industry. So real estate is almost close to 10% of our GDP and employs close to 4 crore people. So I thought if we can add some add some value there, or increase some productivity, or add some efficiencies, because it is also one of the industries that is plagued by most inefficiencies. Automation hasn't done so much of progress in real estate or construction as much it has impacted manufacturing sector. So that's the sector I thought that I should be venturing into at that point of time. So I knew we could succeed if we could help people make their homes better, faster, or cheaper. So that is what people look out for when they build their homes. So I thought of looking for products that can help achieve these objectives, and that's when I stumbled across this miraculous or amazing product called AAC Blocks.
And we can see that today you are, I can say, top 2 AAC block manufacturers in the country. When I talk about production capacity wise, am I right?
Yeah, we happen to be among top 3 players in the country. And there are close to 100 players in our industry as of today. So, and we have tried to retain our position to be among top 3 players.
ओके, क्या आप शेयर करना चाहते हैं कहाँ पर आपके प्लांट्स करंटली लोकेटेड हैं और क्या प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटीज हैं उनकी?
We have close to 8 lakh cubic meters of installed capacity per annum across 2 facilities. One of the factories is in Navsari district in Gujarat, South Gujarat, and the other factory is in Jhajjar district which is near Gurgaon in Haryana. So both these facilities together account to our 8 lakh cubic meters capacity, and the western facilities to cater to the western India markets of Maharashtra, Gujarat, and the North Indian facility caters to the North Indian states.
ये एक बहुत बड़ी फैसिलिटी है. 8 लाख क्यूबिक मीटर इज़ वेरी बिग, इवन वी लुक फ्रॉम इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड. AAC ब्लॉक प्रोडक्ट इटसेल्फ, आज हम देखते हैं कि ऑलमोस्ट एवरी बिल्डिंग, और आई वुड से 90% ऑफ ऑल द मेट्रो कंस्ट्रक्शन इज विद AAC ब्लॉक्स. करंटली क्या लगता है आपको, कितना परसेंटेज रियली ऑल ओवर इंडिया ये प्रोडक्ट पेनिट्रेट कर रहा है?
When we started our journey way back in 2008, clay bricks, red clay bricks is what dominated the walling sector. So walling is close to $10 billion industry overall, and 90% of it was done using red clay bricks. So there are other walling elements like fly ash bricks or solid concrete blocks, hollow concrete blocks, porous red clay bricks also available. So these are various options available which all together accounted for close to 10% of the walling market share. So rest 90% of it used to be red clay bricks. So at that point of time, AAC blocks was only 0.1% of the entire walling market shares. That was so we realized if a product has to disrupt an existing product. So clay bricks have existed for more than 1,000 years now. So if something had to disrupt or completely replace red clay bricks, the product had to have at least 10 times better features than that. And that is what we found in AAC blocks. And we knew we had a great product in our hand, and that if we can create awareness for this, so it can really disrupt the walling industry. So, and today exactly that has happened. We have managed to do that. So today AAC blocks account for close to 8% of the walling market share. So that is close to 100 times increase in its market presence in just last 12 years. That's a phenomenal increase for any other product. In fact, when it was competing with 10 different kind of walling materials, so it emerged as the best one, and all other walling materials remained in that share of 10% market share. So the market share declined for clay bricks, obviously. So today, if you ask me, the market share for these various walling technologies, bricks will be at close to 80% now. AAC blocks is somewhere around 8 to 9%, and rest all other walling technologies still occupy a 10% market share. That is where we are in terms of market.
Yes. So you still feel that red clay bricks are close to 80% market share? There is still substantial market to be replaced.
Yes. So if you talk about apartment construction, if you ask me, if you talk about construction industry in India, housing, residential construction in India, we are the second largest housing construction country in the world after China. So we have close to 50 lakh homes built every year in our country, but only 25 to 30% of these homes are in form of apartments. So more than 70% of the residential construction that happens in the country is in form of individual homes, bungalows, villas, which is mostly in tier 2, 3 towns or the rural areas. So we see apartment construction happening in only top 8 cities in the country. Which is just 7-8 lakh homes. Rest more than 40 lakh homes are individual home construction. So even though AAC has been able to manage penetration in the low-hanging fruits, I would call them, the tier 1 towns, tier 2 towns, and metros, awareness is what is restricting its increasing penetration in the rest of the country. So as the year by year, as the awareness of the product is increasing, as architectural and influencer community is becoming more aware of the product, we will see faster and rapid adoption of this product in the coming decade.
Now, Saurabh, we see that even in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, the demand is slowly going up. Even in rural areas, we find that it is going up. You think this trend would continue now, that AAC blocks will keep on penetrating deep inside India?
Yes, so definitely that is going to happen. There are a couple of reasons for that. First one, as I said, that the product is really miraculous in nature. It has 10 times better features compared to clay bricks, and that is the reason that almost all the developers in the country have adopted this as a walling material of choice. So it has been a win-win for the developers, for the contractors that use the product, and even for the end customers for whom the thermal insulation properties are excellent. For the contractors, they are able to get more work in less time because the walling speed increases by up to 4 or 5 times using the blocks, and it's a green building material, saves on natural resources. So many reasons for penetration of the product has started happening now. So with cement companies, large cement players also showing interest in this product. So we have companies like Ultratech, Ambuja, Shree, JK Lakshmi. These are some of the prominent players in cement space who have also ventured into AAC. So obviously that speaks a lot about the potential of this walling technology. So they have large retail network presence. So even we are focusing on growing our product, taking our product to the rural hinterland. So with that, the awareness obviously will increase, and the market share of the product, we are seeing close to 20% year-on-year growth for the product over last couple of years, and there is no reason for this to decline anywhere, at least for next 5 years. And post that, obviously close to 15% year-on-year growth going up to 2030. So if that happens, the industry size, which is close to, I would say, 4,000-5,000 crore rupees today, is bound to increase at least 4 times to 20,000 crores by 2030, I believe.
And by 2030, how much in terms of percentage would be AC block being used in the market today, which is at 10%?
So, for my projections, it should occupy a market share of anywhere upwards of 30% by that time.
So, to reach from 10% to 30%, which are the major challenges which the AC industry is facing today?
Well, the first and the most important one being lack of awareness and a lack of a distribution network in tier 2, 3 towns and the rural hinterland. So that is something we as manufacturers across the country will need to overcome, and that's happening rapidly, I would believe. So the word of mouth is spreading. The contractor, if someone uses the product in one of his projects, obviously sticks to the product and uses it in all future projects. So 10 years, I would say the product has got only 10 years so far, which is a very small time frame considering a walling technology shift for a product which has existed for more than 1,000 years now. So over next decade, I'm sure the awareness for the product will increase, will overcome that obstacle, and it will find massive inroads in the market. Another challenge, I believe, is whenever a new product is introduced in the market, people are not really familiar of how to use the product properly. The application, the product is good, but the application also matters a lot, how the product is used in the project. So if it's not applied properly, there can be some challenges that can come out, like some cracks might appear in the walls. So that has been something which early adopters of the product had faced, but they have now realized with proper implementation, proper application, this could be overcome. So that I don't see being a challenge, at least in the tier 1-2 towns. So then it will be the responsibility of the manufacturers and the architect community to make the customers or the users of the product aware while specifying the product as to how it has to be applied properly. So that's another challenge. And obviously the third challenge being the support of the government and the environment ministry being imperative to this, because usage of clay bricks, as we all know, is it consumes lots of top level agricultural soil, which leads to wastage of land for agriculture, and also there is lots of fly ash that's being generated in power plants and which finds no other use as much as an AAC block. So to promote a green building material is the responsibility of the government. I think government has made some policies regarding this. It's just that the adoption of these policies as it happens going forward. So I believe should take care of the growth of the industry.
When we speak from the government point of view, is there anything that the AAC industry expects the government to do for it so that it is pushed forward? Because finally it is a green, environment friendly product.
Earlier in projects, there used to be 3 critical factors whenever one used to consider a building material. So that was cost, quality and time. So recently, awareness of sustainability has also come into picture. So that is the fourth element, I would say, apart from cost, quality and time. Sustainability has become important.
Yes.
So talking of the environment friendliness of the building material, or how it contributes to the how it makes use of the natural resources, that has become important nowadays in building materials. So I think government support in that regard in form of incentives towards people adopting green building. Some states have tried to adopt green building policies, but I think more momentum is required on that front. Also, building envelope forms a very important part of the building, that is the walling material, because it controls how much of air conditioning installation is going to happen in that building. That's the largest consumer of power or electricity. So one can use building materials of higher insulation values, so that the installed air conditioning capacity is reduced in a building, and that automatically reduce our energy consumption. So that is something that government should motivate going forward.
When we look at other products which are there, which are competition for our AAC blocks, Do you think there is any technological upgradation is going to happen within AAC block? AAC block 2.0, what is it going to be?
At Magic Read, we have believed making housing better, faster and cheaper, and we believe that the way to do it is by taking construction from site to the factory. If a construction can happen in the automated environment in a factory, it can happen 24/7. That is the way forward for the construction industry, which can only happen if it is modularized. So that is what we at Magic Read are working towards by introducing prefabrication methods, precast concrete, and similarly, we believe that the elements which of AAC blocks, which already are large in size, they are almost 10 times the size of a normal clay brick, will also in future get larger and larger. They will move towards being steel reinforced wall panels. So the AAC inherent material would remain, the core material would remain AAC. It will be steel reinforced and would be much larger in size. So these wall panels seem to be the future direction of our industry, but it will take time, and it will be almost a decade by when the product really gains traction. And more so, I believe that the rural hinterland or tier 2 or 3 towns will initially adopt. They are still waiting on adoption of AAC blocks. It's very easy to adopt, and it can be adopted by the same masons who use clay bricks. So the adoption process is much easier in form of AAC blocks. So that's where the tier 1 cities will migrate towards panels, and tier 2, 3 cities will migrate towards adoption of AAC blocks. That is how I see the market going.
When we speak about AAC panels, it is a cost which is going to be maybe 20-30% more. Are there any advantages when somebody spends more money for the panels?
Speed is the first most important concerns of the developers that is going to be going forward. Availability of labor and speed. So even in present times, we know how challenging it is to get labor which is migrating to their hometowns, and in present times of coronavirus and social distancing being the norm, I believe speeds of projects are going to be impacted, and the only way of increasing speeds is going to be adopting these modular construction technologies or things like panels. So speed, we believe, is at least 3 to 4 times faster in case of panels, even as compared to AAC blocks. That is one. And durability of the structures will be further improved because of the reinforcement that comes in these panels. So I believe this is going to be another big revolution, or as you call it, AAC 2.0.
So going ahead now, what are the plans of Magic Read over the next 5 years?
As we know that the AAC industry is bound for a greater than 20% growth year on year, we believe it's one of the we are rightly poised in the industry, and a lot of awareness and penetration is waiting to happen over the next decade. So we are going to be enabling that in Magic Read, and so retail will be focused more on growing our retail distribution network and adopting AAC panel technologies.
Okay, Saurabh ji. Before we stop, I wanted to ask you, because the way you developed yourself as an entrepreneur from IIT, what advice you would like to give to youngsters who are thinking about startups today?
Is for upcoming entrepreneurs. Well, I have 3 key points as advice for them. The first one being address a large target market. So, that is really very important when starting a business. If the size of opportunity is really big, then because there is a learning curve to when a person starts a business. So once one invests at least 3 to 5 years of his life growing a market or establishing or seeding a business, and at the end of 5 years, if one realizes that the market is not large enough, then he needs to start scouting for other opportunities or other products to introduce to the market, and then has to go through that learning curve again. So better is to target a very large size industry and keep building on one's efficiencies as one goes forward. So that is the first advice I would give. The second one being one should target the inefficiencies in the existing value chain. So one should try to identify the pain points or customer needs in the existing market opportunity and see how one can leverage technology to solve that problem. So that can by leveraging technology would mean in terms of introducing new product, or it can be in form of leveraging technology to improving the process, which can help save people on their time or on their costs. So that should be the approach while selecting a business model. And third piece of advice would be perseverance. I believe is one of the very key and important factor in running one's business, I believe. And because there are lots of times there are lots of challenges while one is running one's own business. So you never know what obstacles or how market scenario might change. But it is important for business owners to be persistent and keep working hard and trust in their vision. And there is a 1,000-day rule, which I strongly believe exists, that one should give 1,000 days to one's business idea, no more, no less. So if a business idea from starting to execution, if it is one should at least give 1,000 days for the business to become profitable. One can't expect that the business will turn profitable in the year 1 or year 2. If one gives at least 3 years to one's business, that is the level of perseverance that is required. So if it works, and why I say no more is because if it is not working in 1,000 days, then one should definitely look at repivoting, because then it is going to be challenging that one needs to think at one's own strategy. So these are the 3 pieces of advice from my side.
Yes, great, Saurabh ji. So 3 mantras from you for upcoming startups. The first one, as you said, it has to be a large market, use of technology, and 1,000 days. That is important for you. You need to stick with your idea for 1,000 days. So Saurabh ji, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts today with us. And for all our YouTube channel viewers, we have more than 10,000 views of our channel till date. Every day they are looking forward to new content, which will help them related to AAC. And this brief interaction, I am sure, will help those thousands of our viewers. Thank you very much on behalf of all of them to you, and good luck to you.
Thank you for having me on your channel.